Hi friends, it's me, and today let's eat like Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, maybe not. Together, let's go. Wow. Film Theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Film Theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Film Theory. Hi.
A show that's really excited to show you my new Sonic OC.
Get out of there, come on. Oh, come on. Get out of there! Get out of there, you trash pandas!
You know, loyal theorists, it's been a minute since I've gotten to talk about my favorite blue, weirdly humanoid hedgehog.
Oh, you want me to go fast?
No!
Sonic goes slow.
Nope, not that one. Some things are best left forgotten. Forever. Nope, I'm talking about the other Sonic. The cute Sonic. The Sonic that's one part meme, one part recycled jokes.
But I am not watching Snow Dogs again. That movie is the worst! Thank you so much for hiring Mona Lisa. It means so much to me. Even though, honestly, she is the worst!
See, it's not copying your old material if the kids watching never saw the original stuff. John Ralphio is having himself some big brain time right there. Anyway, with Sonic Frontiers getting itself some positive reviews and a new Sonic TV show coming out this December.
Really? A TV show? You?
Yeah, is that so difficult to believe?
Now seem like the perfect time to revisit the old blue blur. Suck on that, Game Theory. Sonic is ours now. And whether it's in games, movies, comics, or TV shows, one core part of Sonic's lore is his insatiable love of chili dogs. In fact, it comes up a lot with Sonic. More than you'd think, really. Like, a lot. That's character development, right guys? That's how you make a well-rounded character. You give him a quirky trait and then you just repeat it a whole bunch of times over and over again. That's what I think. Let's roll out, Music Man. Anyway.
Diet Coke, Music Man.
The dude is always eating, but when you think about it, it makes sense. Any character that's gotta go fast is gonna need a constant influx of calories to keep his body moving. That's just a trope of super powerful characters across all media types. Goku.
And the trope of the Sonic the Hedgehog is gotta go fast.
Who's always eating everything that's put in front of him. The Flash is always munching on something, going so far as to call himself a black hole of snacks. Exercise requires energy. Otherwise, you know you're gonna be getting hangry after leg day. And if there's one thing that Sonic doesn't do, it's skip leg day. Don't be fooled by the noodle knees. To move the miles he's running, those licorice legs have gotta be a mountain of muscle. So today, I wanna know, how many chili dogs does it take to power a Sonic the Hedgehog? What absurd number of chili-coated cheese-slathered pork sausage not sandwiches would our favorite anthropomorphic blue hedgehog have to consume to run the insane distances and speeds we see him going in the new Sonic movies? That's right, loyal theorists. Today is a classic old-school science episode. Fire up the grills because Sonic's hungry. So before—
Wow, science episode. But Netpad, shouldn't this be on the food theory side, not the film theory side?
Before we begin to imagine the small country's worth of very unhappy pigs we'll be needing to feed Mr. the Hedgehog, let's actually identify what we need to know here. First, we need to know how fast Sonk is moving in these films. Using this, we can then figure out how many calories he's burning when he's running. Then we find out how many calories are in the sorts of chili dogs that Sonk eats. And finally, with some simple math, we calculate how many of those dogs he needs to consume. To kick things off, we're gonna actually use this clip from the beginning of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, where Sonic thwarts the robbery of an armored truck. We chose this one specifically because it gives us a look at both Sonic snacking on a chili dog as well as a prolonged sequence where he's running. To summarize, he's able to head down to the street from the top of a building and then run what looks to be 3 city blocks to catch up with an armored truck, all—
And note that he was at ease, he was relaxing, he was just having fun.
in exactly 9 seconds. So how fast is Sonic moving here? Well, there are plenty of ways to figure this out. First, let's try to pinpoint exactly where Sonic is to get an idea of how much ground he's covering. Thankfully, the movie makes it super easy for us. Seattle. Doesn't get more obvious than that. According to the urbanist.org, Seattle city blocks are roughly 240 feet long, or about 73.2 meters. So by running 3 city blocks, Sonic has covered a total distance of 720 feet, or 220 meters.
Thank you so much for including both feet and meters. Thank you, my pet. Thank you, the team behind this video. You guys did a great job.
It is worth noting that he zigzags a bit to weave in and out of traffic, which would add a couple of extra feet here and there, but for simplicity's sake, and because it's not gonna affect our final conclusion, we're just gonna use that 720-foot figure. So simple math here, rate equals distance divided by time. If Sonic ran 720 feet in 9 seconds, that translates to a speed of about 54.5 miles per hour or 87.8 kilometers per hour. Next up, we're gonna need Sonic's weight. Now, the weight of fictional characters is always a bit tricky on these channels, but fortunately, Sega has historically been very public with this information. Back in 2005, Sega of Japan released the Sonic Channel, an official
Nearly 2 decades ago.
website dedicated to updates about the characters, games, comics, TV shows. You could download wallpapers, there were even some simple browser games mixed in there. Basically, this thing was a fan wiki before fan wikis existed. And on that old Sonic Channel website, Sega listed Sonic's canonical weight as 77 pounds or 35 kilograms. Done and done, right? Wrong! It is never that easy when you work on these channels. You see, across the series, there are many different versions of Sonic, all with different heights and weights. The game Sonic Generations explicitly shows us that just because we're always dealing with the same character, Sonic is not always the same.
I can't believe there's 2 of me.
Sometimes they talk, sometimes not. Sometimes they're tall, sometimes not. The stats on the Sonic Channel website appear to be referring specifically to the Sonic from the adventure games and spin-offs. So if we want to be as accurate as possible, we should aim for data from the movie Sonic specifically.
Wow, still using Nintendo GameCube. That is old. That is really old. And I feel old that I even know about it. Wow.
Hopefully we can find the exact data we need thanks to capitalism. You see, in the lead up to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie release, Sonic did a press tour where he was interviewed by the kids' YouTube channel CKN.
Hi, I'm Kevin from CKN News. Today, we're gonna have an exclusive interview with Sonic.
Eat your heart out, Phil DeFranco. I don't see you landing those guests. Anyway, near the end of the video, Sonic drops this truth bomb.
I weigh 62 pounds, and it is very rude of you to ask.
I didn't ask you that question, Sonic.
But I did. Thank you, Sonic. I know it might be rude to ask for someone's weight, but being slightly rude is worth it for the science. So that's about as accurate as you can possibly get, coming directly from the source's mouth, which means that we can take all of this information and plug it into our calorie burning calculator. 62 pounds running 720 feet in 9 seconds. Drumroll please. In this scene, Sonic has burned himself a whopping 2 calories. Hold on, what? Two calories. I basically burned the same amount sitting on the couch waiting for a Sonic 06 loading screen. Considering an average chili cheese dog has roughly 412 calories, that means that this bite that Sonic takes right here would be more than enough to cover his sprint down the street.
That's no good.
Now, while the result might initially be surprising, when you actually think about what we just calculated, it makes a lot of sense. Sonic weighs 60 pounds, not very heavy, and we only calculated the amount of calories he's burning in 9 seconds of intense exercise. Sure, he was sprinting real hard in those 9 seconds, but it was only 9 seconds for the lightweight 60-pound Hedgehog. As a result, the caloric burn for Sonic is ridiculously low here. So is that it then? Is the big twist here that Sonic only needs like 8 chili dogs to power all his antics throughout the entirety of the film franchise? Absolutely not. This is a combination film, game, and food theory all wrapped up into one. I can't just leave it at that. We need a scene where he's running faster and running longer. I mean, if we go back and watch this whole Seattle street scene again, it's clear that Sonic isn't running as fast as he can. This is fun for him. It's not urgent. We've seen what happens when Sonic loses control and uses more of his power. By running full speed, he likely would have shut down Seattle's power grid with the electromagnetic pulses he's able to generate. So I went back to pick a better moment from the movies. Honestly, there are a ton of different scenes here that we could choose from to make these sorts of calculations. I mean, in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic basically crosses an ocean's worth of water. And at the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 1, he moves so fast that from his perspective, bullets and missiles are basically frozen in midair. That said, getting hard numbers from those scenes is difficult. We don't get an idea of how far Sonic is moving out into the water, or a true sense of his speed since everything has slowed to a crawl. But there are scenes that give us all the information we need on a silver platter. In fact, in a previous film theory, we took a look at this scene from the first Sonic the Hedgehog, where Sonic runs 550 miles, or 885 kilometers, to the Pacific Ocean and back. He was able to do this in just 4 seconds, meaning that his speed is 275 miles per second or 442 kilometers per second. Just to emphasize how fast this is in numbers that'll probably have more meaning to you, that's an astronomical 990,000 miles per hour or 1.593 million kilometers per hour. So going back to our handy dandy online calculator here, we plug these numbers in, and with that we find that Sonic has burned a grand total of, second drum roll please, oh, apparently during this incredible feat of strength, speed, and stamina, Sonic would have burned just 1 calorie. Nope, that definitely can't be right. What I think might be happening is that Sonic is moving at such insane speeds and traveling such impressive distances that the website is calculating that he's essentially running a 0-minute mile. It is literally rounding to zero, and therefore
Wow, it's like error 404.
giving us that 1 calorie number. It's kind of like when you divide by 0 on your TI-83 and it breaks the universe. So alrighty boys and girls, roll up those sleeves because we're doing this the hard way. To manually calculate how many calories Sonic is burning in the scene, we're gonna have to figure out his metabolic equivalent of task, or his MET. So to understand what this is, let's first talk about metabolisms. Your metabolism is a set of life-sustaining chemical reactions that convert food into energy.
Metabolism. Chemical processes that converts food to energy. Simple.
Usable by your body. Basically, it takes the chili dogs that you're stuffing in your face and rips the calories out to charge up your cells. Different people have different metabolisms, meaning that they burn calories at different rates. Now, this is...
And also do recognize that different age as well. You, when you are in your 20s, and you, when you are in your 80s, burnt different levels of calories, have different levels of metabolism. Oh, I said it correctly! Metabolism.
A massive oversimplification of some really complex biology, but some bodies are really good at taking those calories from chili dogs and burning them while you exercise, meaning that they can more easily keep weight off, while others tend to hold on to those calories longer, meaning that it's easier for them to gain weight and hold on to it. As such, one way to manually calculate how many calories a body burns is to figure out the metabolic equivalent of task.
MET.
One MET is equal to 1 calorie burned per kilogram of body weight per hour of exercise. Now, there are tons of ways to calculate 1 MET, as you see on the screen before you. You know what? I'm just gonna let it sit up on screen instead of saying all that out loud. There's a lot of numbers and letters that you don't care about. So, while this looks like a super long or complex formula, we actually have everything we need to plug in numbers to get our answer here, specifically for that last part of the formula. For this, 1.162 times watts over kilograms, we already have Sonic's weight in kilograms. Since he weighs 62 pounds, that's the equivalent of 28.1 kilograms. And figuring out the wattage he generates with the speed he runs is really easy. The formula for this is this gobbledygook. Watts equals 115.007 plus the quantity negative 15.8397 times speed plus another quantity 1.15006 times speed. I don't know how people figured this out, but there it is. It's got
I just like it that Matt had included the team behind this video included the Patrick. It's like, that's funny.
5006 times speed. I don't know how people figured this out, but there it is. It's got a lot of numbers. I assume they're correct. So plugging in that 990,000 miles per hour or 1.593 million kilometers per hour figure, we find out that Sonic's run to the Pacific produces 1,127,158,124,812.01 watts of power. Over a trillion watts! Okay, wow. All right, let's take this absurd number and plug it into our MET formula, shall we? Giving us 1.162 times these 1.127 trillion watts, all divided by 28.1 kilograms. It's not gonna do anything. Running this through our magic number machine, otherwise known as a basic calculator app, that tells us that 1 MET for Sonic in the movie is 40,112,338,783.3. And remember, that's talking about how many calories Sonic burns per kilogram of his body weight per hour of exercise.
How are you not dead? I have no idea.
I know. It's a fictional character that uses creative imagination, so it's fantasy. Movie magic.
According to Smithsonian Magazine, an average human body contains just 125,822 calories.
Sonic is not a human. Right? Right? Right?
That means in a single hour of exercise, Sonic would be burning through over 318,000 human beings worth of calories. That is one heck of a Pilates class. But even with those crazy insane numbers, we're not done with all the mathy calculations yet. Now we can use this information to figure out how many calories Sonic burned during the 4-second run to the Pacific Ocean and back. If Sonic burns those 40 billion calories per 1 kilogram of body weight per 1 hour of exercise, we first need to multiply those calories by Sonic's 28.1 kilogram weight, getting us 1,127,158,100,000 calories burned per hour. Now we can take this number, divide it by 60 to get calories burned per minute, divide it by 60 again to get calories burned per second, and then multiply by 4, which gets us one final drumroll, please, I promise you. 1,252,397,888.89 calories burned in 4 seconds in order to run to the Pacific Ocean and back. With this, finally, we can work out exactly how many chili dogs Sonic would need to eat to power even just 4 seconds of him running. Again, we know an average chili cheese dog has 412 calories, meaning that Sonic would need to eat 2,989,016.4. You know what? Let's just go ahead and round that one up to 2,989,017 chili cheese dogs, because, you know, we know Sonic wouldn't dare waste food with leftovers.
So what were you expecting? A dirty little hedgehog eating berries and struggling to survive?
Well, not exactly, Sonic, but dang, I was not expecting almost 3 million chili dogs for just 4 seconds of running. On the whole, every American combined eats like 20 billion hot dogs in a year, and Sonic would need to eat that many chili dogs if he was expecting to run for like one 8-hour workday. You know what? Maybe all the government agents and scientists in these movies are right. Sonic is dangerous to our supply of Oscar Mayer wieners. Don't even ask how much this would cost.
Chili dogs? Forget it. Do you know how much chili dogs cost? Money don't grow on trees, you know.
But hey, we actually talk about Sonic a lot over here on Film Theory. I mean, he's basically a movie character now anyway, so if you want more content this minute, you can check out our video talking about how ugly Sonic was actually the best Sonic. Or if you want something a bit different, you can check out our video explaining why the Sonic movie's road trip was just a big old waste of our time. Doesn't matter that it was good, the science don't care about your quality. And as always, my friends, until the next time, remember, it's all just a theory. A film theory. And cut.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. There's a lot of numbers, a lot of science involved in this video, and yeah, I hope that you like this. Me being a nerd, me being a geek, I just really enjoyed this sort of entertainment plus educational edutainment version of this video. So thank you so much, my pet. Thank you so much to the team behind these videos. You did a great job. I just like it. But hey, that's just a theory, a film theory, and cut. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thank you.